Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I've had some things on my mind I wanted to share with you. Things I've been thinking about lately related to the teaching and learning of history. As an old history teacher, especially in election years, a lot of times, or times of political change or unrest, I began to think about how I used to teach these moments in the past. And before I share those thoughts with you, or to help set those thoughts up, I'd like to begin by asking you a question. And that question is this: to what extent are you making well-informed decisions in your life? To what extent are you making well-informed decisions in your life? And when you make decisions, do you do so after careful research and weighing all the facts on the table? Or do you let others influence your decision making, telling you what to think or what to believe, and is it easier for you to just go along for the ride? See, one of those decision-making processes requires effort and the other doesn't. Now, how you answer can have a terrific impact on the quality of your life as well as the lives of those around you. And I first became aware of this fact in my history classes when I was an undergraduate. Now, when I was an undergraduate history major at Furman University, my professors often stressed that our ultimate goal as historians is to present a non-biased, evidence-based version of past events, and when needed, provide commentary or interpretation of those events based on that evidence and not on our own personal biases. And I recall learning, however, that by even selecting a certain period or a person or event to write about, I may be leaning into my own preferences just because I'm wanting to examine that particular topic because I like it. So with that understanding in mind, the goal was to limit opinion and stick to providing a complete, clear, concise, or sometimes extensive portrayal of historical events, removing any lens that could be tinted by a present-day agenda that may distort others' understanding of the past. Now, when I do offer an opinion or develop a thesis that may lead to some new understanding or new revelation, I was taught to provide thorough documentation to support my position and offer a well-reasoned explanation of that evidence. Critical thinking, I was taught, was always paramount. Now, for instance, I have a very keen interest in studying the American Revolution. And while I have opinions, and some very strong, about events and leaders of that era, I would be arrogant and narrow-minded to provide you or the students that I taught with a picture of that time that was painted only with the colors of my own understanding of that time. Instead, I can recognize my own opinions and pull them aside and give you a collection of evidence that's related to a specific topic that provides well-established facts and wide-ranging commentary from contemporary sources that will allow you to study and draw conclusions for yourself. That's my goal. I'll be glad to guide you on a personal exploration of the War of Independence and provide you with assistance in that process, but at the same time, I will not force my opinion upon you. If you ask, I may give it to you, but I'll remind you to draw evidence-based conclusions for yourself. See, my goal is and always has been to educate, not indoctrinate. Indoctrination is to teach others to accept beliefs uncritically. Let me say that again. Indoctrination is to teach others to accept beliefs uncritically. It involves letting others think for you. At its worst, it actively and brutally suppresses any thought or anyone that comes up against what is being offered or promoted as the truth. It produces passive subjects and not active participants. Indoctrination speaks with moral authority and demands unquestioned adherence to those morals and no others. For the complacent and easily distracted, indoctrination provides a path of least resistance and requires very little work. Just tell me what I need to know becomes the mantra of those who are easily indoctrinated. As a history teacher, my goal is not to require you to memorize a litany of facts. It's to teach you to think for yourself through research, through questioning, through close reading of text, through careful examination of primary sources, all within the framework of exploring the great and even the mundane stories of the past. And with the telling of each story, determine what powerful lessons can be learned that will improve our own lives and those of generations to come. Now, as Santayana warned, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And George Orwell recognized the importance of remembering and understanding history and powerfully portrays its significance in his landmark work, 1984. In the book, the party controls all aspects of life. That control begins with the Ministry of Truth. Now, who controls the past, ran the party slogan, controls the future. And who controls the present, controls the past. The Ministry of Truth told the world what to believe, and the world did so without question. The people forgot who they were, and the result was tragic. As a teacher, may I never assume the role of the Ministry of Truth. As a citizen, may I never allow those with power similar to that ministry unquestionably control my views of the past, present, or future. May we continue to be a free-thinking people who wrestles with truth, who ardently seeks it out for ourselves and do the work of research and analysis from a variety of sources, and not just listen to those voices that are our favorites. That reveals our personal biases and can easily lead to closed-mindedness. As I was taught by my professors and passed along to my own students, may we always be open to examine all points of view from all voices, not only those of our own political, ethnic, racial, or religious persuasion. From history, and from one of the greatest teachers of all time, we've learned the lesson that a house divided against itself cannot stand. You'll never see the cracks if you never open your eyes, and you'll never find their cause unless you search for it yourself. And most importantly, it will never be repaired without a lot of hard work. Now, it's up to you and me to decide if the house is worth saving and what role we will play in doing so. In my history classes, I typically open class each day with a quote that we discuss. In this case, I'd like to end with a quote from Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural address. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in. And may we do so with very open minds and very open hearts that think for ourselves. If you've enjoyed this content, if you've liked what I had to say, or maybe you did like what I had to say, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you would like to hear more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe and share with others. Helps me out a lot. And until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful day and continue to be blessed, my friends. We'll chat again soon.